I'm not coming on for very long today because I've had so much to do today. I didn't get on until really late and then I've got to go to bed soon. And my hours for tomorrow have been changed. I was supposed to be in early and finish early, and now I'm in late and finish really late at night. So I won't be able to come on tomorrow evening, which is just great. But what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've been watching a live video on YouTube. So while I've been doing that, I've gone ahead and just done some extra. I'll put that down again. Just done some extra sort of additional drawings for Inktober. You know, just a couple more. So yeah, what I was watching was I watch a channel called Popcorn Planet, and they just went live earlier while I was making tea about the Gabby Petito case. Apparently in that reserve that his parents said that because her boyfriend obviously is like suspected of killing her and gone missing, the reserve that his parents said that he was in, apparently they found some partial remains there or something, and some items that looked like his. So there was like a big kind of live video on the, you know, like a breaking news kind of a thing. And I've just finished watching it, and I don't know, it's not anything definite. They've just basically said we have found some similar items that could be his near where he left the car originally, and we have found some partial remains, but they don't say of what. An animal, a person, is it him? No idea. Like, they've not actually confirmed anything apart from that, so kind of spent a long time just getting around to just saying that, pretty much. So I was just waiting to see, you know, did they have any kind of confirmation at the end? You know, have they found him? Is it over? And it's just been the same thing, just repeated, pretty much, by different news places. Just, I don't know. So I think they're just continuing with. They've got like a tent up and that. They're just continuing with. How do I describe it? Just like investigating that. So yeah, I was going ahead and doing some more doodles for Inktober. And you know how I thought that I would run out of space? I'm gonna have loads left. So yeah, I didn't have to worry about that apparently. But yeah, anyway, it's fine. So I've gone ahead and started a few. Actually ahead for a change, but because obviously I'm not going to be able to come on tomorrow. What is it tomorrow? Thursday. So I won't be able to come on Thursday. And I think Friday I might be able to come on. I don't think I finished that late that I can't come on, but I'm not 100% sure. I know definitely Saturday and Sunday I can't come on, but Monday I'm supposed to be off, unless they change everything again. So yeah, I can definitely come on Monday. So yeah, it's just been like a hectic day. It's supposed to have been a nice relaxing day off, but I ended up having to just do like a load of stuff around the house, and then I went to town, and I haven't got them with me right now, but I coloured my hair on Monday, and I used the colour that I use underneath all over, and it's supposed to be like a turquoise colour, and it's come out more blue than turquoise, which is weird because when I originally wanted to do my hair blue, it came out more green. So that's why I thought, you know, I'm just going to go with green. Made it more green and actually really liked it. So now that I want it more green, it's gone blue. It's so weird. So yeah, it doesn't look horrible. It's just I got so used to the green. I like the green because green's obviously a slightly warmer toned colour than the blue because it's got the yellow in it. I've got kind of skin where if I have really cool tones, like say in my hair or something, it can make me look really washed out, but also at the same time it shows any redness in my face up. But when I have green, because it's a slightly warmer tone because of the yellow in it, it sort of balances it out a bit more, which it's just a little bit strange, but I want it more green on top now. I don't mind this underneath or whatever, but I want it more green. So I went out today and I got more of like a yellowy green, so then it kind of doesn't make it too dark. And I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to do that at least on the top half, and just have that on the top and then this kind of like bluish colour underneath like I did before. But then I got another colour and I just thought, well, because I got suggested to do purple, blue into purple. I was like, I don't know, because I really like green. So I got some purple, and I'm not going to do it all purple. I'm probably going to do like the blue into purple maybe on the underneath of my hair. It depends how dark it goes, because I've spent ages getting the hair light again, and I don't want to just darken it because that'll look really odd. It'll be like I've got roots but at the bottom. It'll just look really weird. And also purple is made obviously with some red in it, and it's so hard to get red out of hair. I don't want to ruin the fact that I've managed to finally get it out by putting purple on, and then say if I did it in a full sort of like layer, so it went all the way up to the roots and that, and then hating it and not being able to lighten it out or anything and struggling. So if I do it, I'm going to do it like on the end, so if I really hate it and I can't get it out, I can cut it off. But I haven't done that yet, and I've gone for more of a blue toned purple rather than like a red kind of burgundy one, because of the redness. I just want as little redness in there as possible. So it's called Ultraviolet. I think it's a new shade. I did see a picture from the company I get them from of the shade that I did want, and I thought I saved the information for it, and apparently I didn't. So I spent ages in the shop trying to look for it, couldn't find it, so just had to guess. And it was between the one I got and a lighter kind of lilac-y version, which I was going to go for because I thought layering it over the blue might make it darker. So then I went, nah, maybe I'll just go for the darker one. So it might end up too dark now I'm thinking about it. But, I mean, I don't know. I can cut it off, it's fine, it's only hair. Yeah, I'm not 100%, but I'm going to do it because it's a bit different. But yeah, that's it really, and I've just been doing household stuff like washing. Got this really nice stuff to put in, because where I work in a kitchen, you always end up just, even though you've got like, it doesn't smell bad in the kitchen, it's just because they have fryers, you end up smelling like that when you leave, and you can't help it. It just happens. But then obviously your clothes smell like that, your hair smells like that, and then when you wash your clothes, it's still when they've dried, it still faintly has that smell. It just doesn't go away. So I've been trying to find something to put in the wash that, because I soak them first in stuff to try and soak the smell out of it, you know, before washing, and I've been trying to find something that will just kind of, there's loads of stuff that say like they get rid of odours and things, and they just don't work, or they don't work on that anyway. But I found something today, and I'm waiting to see when they dry, if maybe it has worked. But I used to use the Unstoppable things, but they started, I don't know, like they got rid of this smell that I liked. I like this really lime. It's like the colour on the lid of the top was lime green. It was really nice. I can't remember what it actually was, the name of the scent, but it was really, really nice anyway. I couldn't find it anywhere for ages. It's very rare if I ever find it now. But they kind of leave like a weird residue because it's like waxy stuff that melts. I thought I want more of a liquid that doesn't leave any kind of weird residue on the clothes, because it's obviously a black uniform, you'll see it. So I found this Airwick, like a liquid version of that stuff that you just like pour in your wash, and I put it in, and it smelled it just smelled really nice. Like it was really strong smelling. It was like you put air freshener in the room. I could smell it. So we'll see what it's like when it's dry, if it lasts, because none of them last as long as what they say. They're like, oh, weeks of freshness. No, they don't. But yeah, hopefully that'll work. So I was doing that. Obviously went to town, got some hair dye and everything, and food shop and all of that. Been watching that live. I cooked ramen from scratch, did all the stock and everything myself. That was nice tea. Really full. Although saying that, I've while I was out, I ended up getting these custard donuts, and I've had, out of a pack of five that was to share, I've had 3. Whoops. I also got a chocolate bar, which is in here, and I'm trying not to eat all of it, but never mind. So yeah, while I was watching that live, I just thought I'd go ahead and just do a few of what will be from tomorrow. Like, I'm not doing them in, or am I doing them on order? 21 was the last one. I did that yesterday. That was for today, which was Sprout. So 22. Oh, 20 was the last one. Do you know what? I've done that many, I don't even know which I'm supposed to be doing. Hold on. So 21. Hi, apple and lime. Ooh, that sounds nice. Yeah, I've got like, obviously I have really strong scented wash and conditioner, but I've been looking for something extra to put in, because I try spraying on after and it just, nothing lasts to get rid of that smell. But that one does sound really nice. What am I supposed to have done? Sprout. Oh, fuzzy. There's 21. So that's this, which I've obviously drawn, but I haven't like inked yet. So the one that I've just been inking was 23, which was leak. So it's just sort of like a bit of blood, you know, as though it's leaked out from somewhere. But 21 fuzzy. What I basically tried to do was do my Soot Sprite, but evil. Because he's fuzzy, so why not? And then obviously that's tomorrow's, and then after that it's supposed to be open, which for that I'm doing a skeleton key, because yeah, obviously with the skull on the end, because skeleton key, why not? And then 23 was supposed to be leak, which is the one I've just inked in there. 24 is extinct. I really like this one. I really, really like it. I may have to do it, at least on the fake skin. I really like it. And what I've basically done is a bone. If you can guess which one, even better. Hint, ball joint for the hip. So guess which one this is. Yeah, so and then what I've put is I've put extinct on there in Italian, but obviously because he's like male and female, because I'm female, I've just put it as the female extinct, which is extincta, but it would be O on the end if it was the male one. So easy to change. I could, but I really like the skeleton key, and I'm just trying to think of stuff obviously for Flash, because I don't know whether anyone would want these as tattoos anyway, but I don't know about just having like an open door, although it does remind me of the album, what was it, The Open Door or something by Evanescence. Their artwork for the album cover, that was cool looking. I did like that. That would probably make a cool part of like a sleeve or something. Oh, thanks. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. So then 24 was that. 25 is splat, so it's basically like a little evil blood splatter there. 26 is connect. I really like this one. Okay. The art piece. Famous art piece. Creation of Adam. Skeletal. Done skeletal. Just the hands, not all of it, because, you know, that's going to take forever. Where they connect. It's going to be down here. Where they connect. Where the fingers touch. That days. 27 is spark, so I've just done it as a flame, but with like a little spark at the bottom here. Because I was gonna do an actual spark that kind of looked like a star, so I kind of combined that together. And after that, I don't know what to do for this one. Number 28, I haven't done a little sketch for because I'm not sure what to do for it. It's crispy. I don't know what to do for spooky stuff for crispy. I don't know. I can't think of anything at the minute. 29 is patch, so I've done like a little... The idea of a pirate's patch, but I'm not sure if I'll keep that. 31, the last day. Risk. Haven't got anything for that yet. But 30 is Slither, and I was originally going to do a snake, but then I remembered the film Slither, and I just thought they've got like them really weird sort of like slug things, so I thought I'm going to draw one of those, and that's going here just because I've already got snakes. So I mean, I could do a snake, but that's the idea. It's not been inked in yet. Toffee apple for crispy. Oh yeah. Or is that for risky? Because like you could pull your teeth out and you could just have a tooth stuck in it. It could work for both. Well, it's not risky, it's risk, but... Because I was thinking like a knife or something for risk. I don't know. I don't know where I was going to say, I don't know where I put my sketchbook. It's right here, right next to me. So... Crispy toffee apple. Risk. Same. Yeah, I need ideas for those because at the moment I can't think properly. So I'm just going to ink in the ones that I've already got and just go with that for now. I'm not going to be on for very long, because I've pretty much wasted the whole day having to do other stuff, and I'm really disappointed that my shift tomorrow and the day after have been swapped around without anyone actually checking if that's alright. They've just decided to just do their own thing. They've cut my hours down again for next week. I've been basically arguing with them on and off all day while I've been in town. Trying to get my hours sorted. It's just been a mess today, pretty much. When I thought everything was fine, and then when I got up, I just double checked, because I always, on a day off, I always have that panic that, oh wait, am I actually off, or am I due in soon? I better triple check my rota. Checked it, saw that they'd cut hours off for next week, so that they'd changed everything. It's just been a nightmare, just trying to, from that point on, not be annoyed all day, and also try and push to get everything sorted, because it just seems like every week I'm having to fight to get the hours that I was supposed to be promised to have, which is why I got moved. And it's just stressful having to fight all the time for the hours I'm supposed to just have. when the other place is saying you can come back whenever and we'll give you, 40 hours if you want, and we'll compromise by only having you do, one late shift a week so that you don't have to spend money on taxis and stuff and end up spending that much traveling that makes it pointless working there, which was the reason why I ended up having to move. It's just difficult because it's like I could go back and do that, but that means I'm spending a lot of time traveling when I've also saved that time by moving, but now I'm having to fight for hours, and it's just been a stressful day. What I wanted to be really easy, quick day, getting my stuff done so I could be on here for longer, has just taken up the entire day. Hi. Yes, I would just leave the job if I had a backup option I could just go to straight away. Oh no. Well, I found out that they have not done the contract that it was supposed to be, so they have it's either been changed or something where it's less hours than what I was supposed to be signed to, because me and another person were taken on at the same time. I was the full-time, they were the part-time, and I don't know whether they've messed the contracts up or what, but it is now, my contract now is showing that I only have part-time, which is wrong. So all this has been found out today and been argued about, to the point where apparently I'm having a meeting set up to correct my contract, and I am going to get my hours, and I blatantly don't believe them, to the point where I went to my old manager to check, is that option still available to go back there? And, in writing, is it the agreement of such and such and such? Is that still being upheld? So I am supposedly having to let this older manager know tomorrow if I'm going to take that option. So I still could just do that, to be honest. I know. Oh, and also the other day when I got sent home early and I got told I had to leave and that my hours had already been cut and that I basically had no option, I found out today that no, they can't do that, because my thinking was they've already allocated those hours. Unless something is, like an emergency with the building where everyone has to leave, why can't I have the hours that have been allocated to me? Why do I have to leave my shift early just because, I don't know, like a shift leader says that the manager told me I had to go or something? So anyway, I found out today I could have just turned around and just gone no, actually, and not actually got in trouble like they said. And if they refused to allow me in the kitchen and told me I had to go, it's basically, I got told today, point blank, in writing as well, that it is optional if I want to leave. Unless it's like an emergency or something where everyone has to go. It's if they turn around to me again and say, oh, well, we're sending you home early because we're saving on hours or whatever, I can turn around, apparently, and just go, no, and not get into trouble. And if they won't let me work in the kitchen, I can literally just, I've been told, stay in the building and not clock out, and they have to pay me because the hours that have already been allocated in the rota for me. Because it's like no warning. It's not like they've discussed it with me a couple of days before my shift. They're telling me at that moment, leave now. Oh yeah, I found all that out again today. Well, not again, but I've been over it a few times. So yeah. Anyway, I hope that your dad's alright and everything. I mean, I was actually watching a news thing earlier, because they're announcing that there might possibly be another lockdown, which is just fantastic. But they were saying about how some of the steps are taken for over winter with extra vaccinations and medications and stuff to help people. So it sounds like they're doing all right, so it sounds like there's a better chance for people when they do get COVID than a bit earlier when they didn't have as many options to help treatments and stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, your dad will be all right. I mean, pretty sure should be. Sounds like they're like a lot better options now. So yeah, hope he's fine. I still wear it anyway, especially if I go in a shop. I mean, if I'm walking around and there's not really anyone around, because they're really awkward to breathe in and that, because I walk fast. I just, for some reason, my default walking speed is power walking. I don't know why. I am incapable of being relaxed and chilling out walking unless I'm with other people and I'm made to. And then I get that kind of, when you get road rage, but while you're walking behind people, I get a little bit of that where I think, oh my God, just walk faster. I don't know why. There's no reason to walk that fast unless you're in a rush. But yeah. So I'm always out of breath when I'm walking. Everything's like a workout and I don't know why. So I get everywhere real fast, but I'm always out of breath, so then I can't breathe properly with a mask on. So I tend to try not to wear it if I'm away from people or it's a massive open area, just because I can't breathe. But if I'm ever going near crowded areas or near a few people or in a shop especially, or wherever, I always have one on. Walk rage, yeah. It must definitely be a thing. See, the thing is though, like when I used to drive with my mum, I didn't get road rage. I mean, I think there was like one time when I was we were attending a funeral, okay? So it's not the best time to have road rage. We were attending a funeral and we were following, I was driving some people for that, and we were following, like the main cars. And then we had people following us as well, and we were going through this junction, like a big roundabout with traffic lights, so it was kind of like split up. So it was fine for us to go, and this car decided from my right, that wasn't allowed to go anywhere, to try and cut me off and then start an argument with me about how I'm driving too slow. And I'm like, mate, I'm in a funeral procession. To do one. And I got kind of a road rage with that because it was so disrespectful and annoying. But yeah, probably not the best time, but I definitely would get like walking rage more. Exactly. You might be fine yourself, but you can't account for other people. Today I had a meeting with my boss about what we talked about yesterday. Oh, how did it go? I'm hoping it goes positive for you, even if you have to make like a few adjustments. I'm hoping that, they're not being really strict. Did you find out as well, is it like manager's discretion or is it like a set rule? Oh, did it go very well? Oh, I'm pleased. I want to know more. Like, are they? Is it because like they talk to residents and they've realised that it's actually not a problem? Oh wow, that sounds like it went really well. If she's apologised, maybe she realised she messed up. She doesn't want you to take any action. Because obviously, like, the upset that it would have caused and everything, and like the offence to you and the stress and stuff, if she found out like, oops, I can't really go ahead and do that, or it's not really the right thing to do, you could say something about it, really. But yeah, I mean, obviously you don't have to, you don't want to, but maybe she's apologized because she's worried that might be the case. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, so you get to like stay there and everything. You should have asked for a pay rise. Because that you, like, from what you were saying yesterday, that was something that could be improved in the job for you. You got a pay rise. Is that right? Did you get it? Oh, I hope you did, because then that would just make it even better. I hope that's what you mean. Oh, even better. That's just worked out so well. Oh, I'm really pleased. Oh, I don't know. As far as I've heard, Bitcoin's some kind of scam, so I just avoid it. I mean, it might not be, but I've heard like a lot of people can get ripped off with it if they don't know what they're doing, because it's kind of, from what I hear, it's something like, basically, if you're not good with stocks and shares, don't bother, because you can easily get ripped off by other people. Oh, that's nice. Oh, well, I hope it goes really well then. You know, like from this point onwards, there aren't any issues or anything, and you can feel more comfortable and secure in your job. And obviously, the pay rise just makes it even better for you as well. Oh, that's actually some nice news today. Just doing the fuzzy one, just going in with a very thin pen, and then I'm gonna like add to it. Oh wow, so you got a promotion and a pay rise. That's really cool. Oh, I'm so pleased. Oh, well done. Like, I know, like, not normally, but well done. I'm really pleased with that. That's such good news. Oh, that's actually made me feel really happy. I'm smiling. That's really nice. It's something nice and positive to take from the day. And on top of that, all the residents won't get upset because you're still there and you're still cheering them up and everything. And, you know, you'll be more relaxed and confident and secure in the position that maybe it'll be even better when you're connecting with them because you'll just feel really comfortable. Yeah, well, maybe you can discuss. I'll just put myself in the eye. Maybe you can discuss some options that would help with that. You know, suitable cover-ups, or if she knows in advance, maybe not rota you in for that day or something. You know, just by chance, to get around it or something like that. But yeah, maybe look into some of them. They like long sleeve tops and stuff. I can't remember what the brand is, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it if you just look online. And they're like specifically for tattoo cover-ups. You can get coloured ones, you can get like flesh toned ones, and they help, like, they're quite thick looking, so like they block out the actual tattoos, like you can't really see them, but they're thin enough to be really breathable, so you're not overheating with all the extra layers and coverage and stuff. So it's worth looking at. It's almost like sports kind of wear, but for tattoo cover up. Because when I talk, I flail my hands around a lot. Always done it in the family, always done it. And yeah, I'm sort of sat, I can't describe how I'm sat. I'm sat on my kind of like officey swivel desk chair thing, but I've got the unit on my left that I've got my little laptop on, and it's like a shelving unit, so I've just put my feet up on there, so I'm kind of like almost crouched position, and so my hands kind of leaning on my knees, and I've just kind of gone like that, and because it's a bit closer, because I'm having to lean forward to read the chat on the back of my phone as well. So my hand is basically right next to my face, and then when I started talking, I accidentally turned into it and poked myself in the eye. Luckily, all my nails are really short now from having to work in a kitchen, so didn't scratch my eye today. Also, I can be kind of clumsy. Oh, what did she say? I wish I could have just come on earlier, but I mean, I guess, well, I was watching that thing on my phone, so, but yeah. I just wish I didn't have so much that I had to do today that I could have actually come on earlier like I wanted to. I think this is the tune from yesterday that reminded me of John Wick. I really need to rewatch that. Also, I found out today, what did she say actually? Yeah, I found out today that the person who organised my transfer, that has been a complete mess up, has now left the old location where they were like the head kind of manager. And I've now, instead of covering like a few different pubs in the area, they are now solely the kitchen manager of the one I have now been moved to. So kind of but also at the same time they are now responsible for sorting this mess out that they've created and let the person doing the rota mess up. So yeah, like they basically, I have to complain to them and they have to sort it. So yeah, she said that she was following company policy, and then she thought, what the hell, yeah, good care, I can't listen. Oh, that's really good. So like if it is actually the policy to be covered, then yeah, you'll have to have some kind of like, either just happen to not be in on those days if you know in advance when they come in, and if not, have something that you keep at work, some kind, or in your bag or something we can just run off quick and just put on. Like some of these things I was talking about, they're not even like full tops, they're like, they're just sleeves that you can just put on, like a tubular bandage, you can just put it on and just pull it up. And some are like gloved, or but you can cut like the fingers off or whatever, to, you know, for more grip or something. Some look like them scarves, but they're like a polo neck, but just like the neck bit that you can just pull on. So yeah, I'd definitely have a look. Oh, that's handy then. But just in case they ever do a surprise visit, well, I mean, they shouldn't if that's not their policy, but you never know. I would definitely have some kind of option to just shove on, just in case. Hopefully you never have to use it, but if for any reason she can like know when they come in, or because it's a surprise, or maybe she's not able to do the rota or something, or the message get passed on, have something with you as a backup, just as a cover, just to protect yourself. I'd definitely do that, because the last thing you want to do is get caught out and then she has no choice but to follow procedure. Aw, I'm glad it made you happy. It's a really nice thing that's happened. And also very unusual, you know? It's not very many places where they bend the rules like that, and especially with like a new manager and that, you know, like, because they're putting themselves at risk of getting in trouble as well. You know, it's very, very rare that they actually, I don't know, like, have more of a humane kind of side, and they look at people as people and not just follow rules and stick to them. And like, she's obviously seen that you're really good at your job and the value that you bring to it, and decided to sort of run the risk, try and get around it, just, you know, because she sees the value. It's very hard to, well, it's not hard, well, it is hard to find, but it's very rare that, you know, people in that position do that kind of stuff. So, and then on top of that, to have a promotion and pay rise. So I mean, it's very lucky and really, actually really good. Very unusual as well. Well, to be fair, if I was in that position and I basically just got told that I was losing everything because of how I looked from a new person when it's been fine for the past 3 years, I'd probably think the same thing as well. But yeah, it just goes to show, doesn't it? She might have been going into that position wanting to make a good impression with her bosses, and that's why she was trying to follow all the rules and thought she was doing the right thing because it made her look good, maybe, or it would have done. And then she's obviously realised, oh, actually, I'm doing what they say is the right thing, but it might not actually be the right thing for everyone. So she's sort of done this compromise. Right, I'm going to use a thicker one to colour that in. Actually, I'll put the number on. What was it? 21. Fuzzy 21. I don't think I should have had 3 donuts. It's kind of giving me a bit of stomachache now. Oh no. I just can't get away from having stomachache, can I? Yep, colouring this one in definitely instantly looks creepier, which is a good thing. Do you know what I've noticed today as well? Overall, I've not felt as drained. You know, when I was saying yesterday, I've just been feeling so drained and exhausted. I have felt tired. I haven't felt as drained today, even with all the extra stuff I've had to do. And I'm thinking one of the main differences is normally every day I'll have like a couple of cups of coffee or something, and like if I'm at work I might have an energy drink if I'm doing a lot or something, but like, you know, one of the small ones, not a massive full-size can. But yeah, I've not really had that today, and I've not felt as tired, so I'm wondering if it's whatever is also going on, but also something to do with, because I've tried to cut down, because I ended up having a couple of energy drinks a day and I started getting heart palpitations, so I was like cutting them down to at the max 1 while I was at work, and one of the, like I said, the smaller cans. But yeah, I haven't had an energy drink at all today. I've had 1 cup of coffee in the morning, which I only had half of, and a cup of tea, and I've had like, you know, some pop and stuff, but yeah, nowhere near as much, and I've not felt as bad, so I wonder if it's some kind of sensitivity to caffeine or something now, because normally it doesn't do anything, but who knows. Oh, sounds nice. It's a classic as well with the custard, isn't it? It's like at work now we do apple crumble, but they serve it, right, they serve this hot apple crumble with ice cream. No, it should be with custard. I couldn't get around it. I was like, oh, where's the custard? First time I made it on my own, I was like, oh, first time I'd actually seen it at this new place, I'm like, oh, where's the custard? And they're like, no, it's ice cream. It's 2 scoops of ice cream, just vanilla ice cream as well. I was like, you're joking. A really nice crumble like that, really nice hot cinnamon apple crumble like that. You don't, you know, at the very least you put cream with it if you don't have custard. Just ice cream, just something really cold like that, and just, oh. Yeah, it was a bit disappointing. I mean, I guess when it's melted it'll be like having cream on it, but it's just not the same, is it? Oh, that's good. So like, are they going ahead with it on Friday then? Somebody dared me to drink 4 Red Bulls, one after another, and I'm not doing that again. No, I wouldn't either. I'm guessing they were full-size cans as well, not just some smaller ones. I mean, I used to drink like, vodka Red Bulls sometimes when I went out and everything, or had drinks with friends. And yeah, okay, they woke you up, give you loads of energy. We'd stay out watching funny videos and stuff, having a laugh. It was great, but they're not really good for you. Compared to other stuff, they're not really good for you. Do they not give the customer the choice of custard? No, they don't even have custard. This is what I was saying. Just it's literally just with ice cream, and if you don't want it with ice cream, you just have it plain. Like, they don't have cream. They literally don't even have cream in the kitchen at all. And they don't have custard. I was just shocked because I was thinking, because on us we get like a free staff meal if you do over a certain length shift for the day, and obviously with that you can have a free drink, so that's the only time that I will get like an energy drink. And with the free staff meal, it's only like one thing, so you can have like a starter or a main or a dessert. If you want anything additional to that, you just like pay for it, but you get a discount on it. So I was thinking one time, I'll have one of, when I didn't want anything really big, I kept thinking, I might try one of the chocolate cake for dessert. So, just something. It's not like a proper meal, but when I wasn't really hungry but I wanted something, I thought I'll have something sweet. They look really nice, because some of them do. And I really wanted to try this apple crumble until I found out there was absolutely no chance of having custard. So I refuse to have it now. Oh, that's early, isn't it? Well, it's not too bad, I guess, if it's going to take that long as well. Hopefully they scheduled in like a couple of breaks for you, because I think in that area as well you definitely need it. And also, if you need like a bathroom break, it might take longer, because it will be difficult to sort of move, because it will be all swollen and that. I mean, it will probably be painful. It might be a little easier to deal with doing all that whilst it's fresh, but when it's obviously started healing, it might be it might be a little difficult, because when the skin goes a bit drier and stuff, and then any movement feels like it's ripping the skin apart on an area that has movement, especially there, it's going to be very difficult. But I think you said you were off for a few days, so you might like find a little way to get around that. But yeah, hopefully they've scheduled a few breaks in for you. Oh, that's good. Try not to have too many though, because it'll take even longer. Well, it won't, but it'll just feel like it's taken longer in the day. But yeah, I just try and power through mine as long as I can possibly do. And then, unless I need to go to the bathroom or the artist needs a break or something, I'll just try and power through it, because I just think just get it over with, because I'm already here for a full day. And then when it comes to, I'm just thinking every few seconds, oh God, please stop, I want a break, but I don't want to say it, so I just carry on. But yeah, I'm guessing with that area, you're definitely gonna need some kind of breaks. But I remember someone that I went to, they were saying if you have breaks on a really painful area as well, not to have your breaks if you need a lot of breaks, have them as often as you need, but try not to have long breaks, because the area will continue to swell, so then it'll be worse when you go back. And also because the longer you have a break from more intense pain, the harder it is each time to go back, and you're more likely to end up cutting the session short and having to go back another time. And then obviously people who have booked out the studio for the day or something, they end up losing out more money and everything. But I don't know, it depends what you can tolerate and how you feel at the time. But I think I get what they were trying to say. Yeah. I used to use coconut oil on mine, but it was too oily, it just wouldn't sink in very well. So now I just use like a normal healing balm on it at first, and then if it's really small and it's not in an area where there's a lot of movement, like the ones on my wrists, I would moisturize when they get to the dry stage. Obviously not too much, because then that's really bad. But I try to let them dry heal more. If it's like the one that like the ones here, I try to let them dry heal a little bit more, because if they didn't need the extra moisturization, I wouldn't bother. And then I'm not running the risk of, as long as it's not too dry, I wouldn't, I'd moisturize it only when I really needed to. Whereas other ones, they just soaked it up, and I just needed a lot more. But I've never used Vaseline. I've used coconut oil originally, but like I said, it was too oily. But then that were fine at first for like the really raw stage. It was fine. It's just very easy to put too much on. But when it got to the dry stage, it just wasn't moisturizing enough. So I stopped using that. So now I have like a balm that I use instead. That's really nice. It sinks in really well. It's like, I'd say it's like an oily balm, but it doesn't sit on your skin like an actual oil would. It sinks in like a really deep moisturizing cream, but it has like a very, very light surface layer that's a bit slower to sink in, that sort of like almost like seals that first layer in and keeps it like locked in for longer, and it's really, really nice. Another good one is Tattoo Goo. That's kind of similar. Works really well. I've tested it out. It is decent. But I would go for like their tin balm one rather than the cream, because it's it just like a deeper moisturization, and it lasts longer. And your skin's a lot more supple. Rather than the cream, it sinks in too fast, and it doesn't seem as moisturized without being so moisturized that you can, soften the scabs on top. It's, just the right level of moisturization, as long as you don't over apply it. Okay, don't worry. I have to go soon as well. See ya. Thanks for coming on. I did choose E45. Tattooist I go to normally recommended me not to use Vaseline. Yeah, because I think it's like it doesn't let your skin breathe or something, or it can trap moisture underneath, which can then ruin your tattoo. Especially if, like, say you've washed, like, you obviously should be washing it anyway. But if you don't fully let it dry out before you moisturize, it can happen with any moisturizer that you use. You'll trap water in it, and that can ruin your tattoo. Also can let bacteria breed as well. Especially more so if you're using a barrier product that acts like Vaseline, or like an oil kind of thing that sits on the surface too much and locks in too much moisture. If you've put it on damp skin. So yeah, I think it's just because everyone's skin is different. It's trial and error. You can go with whatever your tattooist recommends or whatever, but I think really you should just see how your skin reacts. Like, I used coconut oil, like I said, on a couple of tattoos when I first started getting them. They were fine, but then after a while I noticed my skin started healing from tattoos, started changing how it healed, and it started going really dry after tattoos. It's like my body was kind of adapting after the first few tattoos, trying to heal faster or something. I don't know, because they always healed fast for me anyway, but they would go super dry, and then obviously the coconut oil just wasn't cutting it, wasn't good enough to keep it moisturized. So I've had to experiment and switch products quite a lot, and at the very least now I will use Tattoo Goo, the little tin. If I can't get anything else, I'll just use that, because I know that in general that's a good, like, it's a decent product. It's not really smelly or anything, as long as you don't over apply it. It's not too greasy or oily or anything. It moisturizes for quite a long time. It doesn't irritate. It doesn't seem to affect the healing in a bad way at all. As long as your skin's not wet, it's not going to trap any moisture in. It seems alright. So, like, I'll have a backup like that, and then I'll just test other ones. But it depends. Everyone's different. You just gotta experiment. Like the E45. Isn't that like? Oh no, No, I'm thinking of pseudocreme. Some people have said use pseudocreme as well, but I think that's way too thick. But yeah, if E45 works for you, stick with it. You know, like I've used Aveeno. I've actually got it here. Hold on, the tube. Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion helps heal very dry skin, unscented. This one here. I've even used this, not when it's raw, but when it gets to the dry, itchy stage. This is a really nice one as well. It sinks in really quick. I'll go between this and tattoo goo. You know, in general, I've got other things as well, but this is pretty decent. So you know, it just depends. Depends what your skin reacts well to, and your healing process for your body. Because obviously, if you've never had one before, just do what your tattooist says, or research online, or ask around. But obviously, we've had a few ourselves, so we know, you know, what works for us, what doesn't. We know how our body heals. If we heal fast, slow, do we have like, you know, really dry, itchy, flaky skin, or do we not really get that? Some people don't even get that, you know. Not really. Some people have it really, really bad. It's just how your body reacts to this foreign matter having to be accepted into your body and heal, you know. I think I might be in Friday because they swapped my shifts around, and I was supposed to finish tomorrow about 7 or something like that, but they've changed the times and swapped them around. So tomorrow I'm finishing at like 11 o'clock at night, so there's no way that I'm going to be on. But Friday I will be finishing, I know definitely earlier than 11, but I don't know if it's like 7 or 8 or something like that, or earlier. I can't remember what they've changed it to, and obviously because I'm on my phone recording, I can't come on the app because they've got an app for it. I can't click on it and see because it'll just stop recording. But yeah, I should be on Friday. I don't know how long I'll be on for. I'm not sure exactly what time. Probably be around like maybe 8 or something. Hopefully earlier, because like I said, I'm not sure what time they've changed. I definitely won't be on Saturday or Sunday because I'm doing closes and they don't finish till like midnight, so there's no chance. Monday I am off, so I'll probably be on Monday. I can't remember what shift I've got Tuesday. If I've got a really early morning open shift on Tuesday, then I won't be on very long on Monday, or very late, because I'll have to go to bed early, but I don't think I have. So I should be on Friday, but it might be kind of late, and then Monday I should be able to get on earlier. That's all I can remember at the moment, as long as they don't change my rotor again without telling me. I hope not. I mean, if I have to, I'll jump on and just do like a really quick video just to explain or whatever, because it's a bit difficult with Twitch, because from what I can't seem to tell, I don't think that I can actually put like an update anywhere, you know, to show, you know, like, you know, on YouTube you can put like in the community bit, you can put like a little post up and just say, oh hey guys, you know, I won't be on because of whatever, blah blah, you know, without having to do a video. I don't think that I can do that on Twitch. I mean, I might be wrong, I haven't seen anywhere so far, but yeah, I can't see anywhere for that. So I mean, I'll have a look around. If I can find anywhere that does something like that, that'll be really easy for me to update. But if not, I don't know, it just looks like you just don't go on, doesn't it? So yeah, Friday I should be on, but it might be late. Monday, yes, definitely will be on. We'll try to get on earlier because I'm off, and hopefully I don't have to argue with work about my hours again, and I'm hoping that I can actually get on earlier in the afternoon and not have much to do and just be able to chill out and have like a really nice, decent stream. So yeah, but definitely over the weekend I won't be, because I'm just on so late that I can't. Even if I want to, but to be honest, I'll be knackered because I'll be doing a close. But I've never done a close at this new place. At the old place, like the old location, I did, and then obviously it was a bit of a nightmare because everything just seemed, even though it was smaller, just so much cleaning and so messy. I'm not sure why. I found out since that they do stuff in a completely different way to like this new place, but then obviously I had to wait, and then I had to get a taxi after, and then it was traveling back, so I ended up getting back like, that's if we got out on time. If we got out late, we'd be like an hour late getting out and then have to get back. But here it's pretty close for me to get back, which is good. And apparently because it's a quieter location, the close down sort of routine is a lot faster. So, but they will be showing me what they do here, so that one might be a bit slower than their normal. But yeah, I'm hoping I'm not out really late over the weekend, because I'm already in till late at night as it is. I'm excited but scared about it at the same time. Oh, I wish I could have that feeling. I wish I was going to have another big tattoo, because that feeling that you get, it's just, I don't know, it's very, it like flips from one extreme to the other, doesn't it? It's like you're scared because you're worried about, you know, is it going to go wrong? Is it, you know, is everything going to be all right? Am I going to be able to last that long? Like the pain as well. Even if you've had loads of tattoos, like you still think about, is that going to really hurt, or can I cope with it or whatever for that long? You know, is everything going to go okay? You know, because I always worry about the artist as well, because it, like, you know, when you're having a break yourself, or you feel like, oh, I could do with like 5 minutes or something, I always think like, I hope the artist isn't getting tired, because if they do, like lines will go wobbly and stuff, or they might cut the session short. That's why I think like getting a morning slot is a bit better, as long as they've had time to wake up and stuff, because they've not like got tired throughout the day and then start doing yours. But yeah, but then you're so excited that you're actually getting your new design done, and I don't know, I mean, it'll just flip from one extreme to the other, and then after you've had it done, you'll just be like, hopefully you'll just be like so happy with it, and then you'll want another one. Until you get a tattoo, you don't know the feel. Exactly. Yeah, like imagine, right, we've got tattoos, okay? Imagine you've never had a tattoo before. I mean, obviously, like, we have been in that position, but imagine, you know, say now someone's watching or they're joining or something, and like, oh, I've never had a tattoo before, ever. They will mostly probably be worried and scared, because they won't know, obviously depending on where they have it. Let's just say they're having it on the wrist, okay? Because that's quite or like their forearm, or like, you know, just somewhere on their arm, which is quite a common place to have your first tattoo. I didn't. Mine was on my sternum, so not the easiest place to have your first one. But yeah, imagine like someone's just having like a classic first tattoo on their arm or whatever, the wrist or something, but they have no idea their pain tolerance level for something like this, because they've never been through anything like that. Having a vaccine or blood taken or anything like that, completely different from a machine basically just hammering at your skin with a needle so fast. It's shredding your skin basically. I mean, it obviously it shouldn't do it, but like it is essentially just doing that. It's basically shredding your skin. But yeah, wow, aged 88. Whoa, what did she have? I'm really curious. Like what made her decide to do that so far into her life? Like what was it that inspired her, that she was like, yes, I need to have that? Oh, a skull. Can I just say, love your nan. Love your nan. A skull. I love it. Like, not any pretty flowers, nothing dainty, no one's name, you know, nothing traditional or anything like that. Nothing, you know, kind of like, you know, tiny, really easy to hide. Just give me a skull. I love it. She said, seeing mine inspired her. Oh, is it? I mean, I don't think they'd be matching, but like, is she kind of like based hers off what yours kind of looks like. So it's copying, but like in a really cute way. I guess as well, like starting to have tattoos at such a late age. I mean, why not? Just imagine like you've never been allowed to do anything your whole life, and then you get to like stay that age. Imagine you've never been allowed tattoos, piercings. You've never been allowed to dye your hair. You've never been allowed to, like any kind of modifications with your look or anything, or you've never been able to, I don't know, if you wanted to drink or try drugs or anything, like, or go somewhere or do an activity, anything. Like, imagine this stuff that you've never been allowed to do for whatever reason, and then one day, right when you're a lot older and, you've done a lot of your life experiences in other ways, imagine then you're just like, you know what, sod it, why not? And then you just go crazy, and then you just go and you can you imagine your nan's getting tattoos, colouring her hair, doing all these piercings, like, wow. I bet she's so much fun. She went to the artist I use. Oh, that's cute. Do you think you'd ever have, like, even if the little ones, like little matching ones together, because like you've got that little bond going, like you got her into tattoos? She now has 3. Oh, see, it's a bug. When it bites you, you can't just have one. I got told that before I had my first one. I got told, when you've had one, you'll want more. And obviously, like everyone else, I'm just like, nah, I'll have this one. And then I kind of went, I probably will want a lot more, because I can imagine there'll be other things I like the look of. But there are people who genuinely think I'll have one and I'll stick to one, and they might stick to it for a long time, but they cannot deny that at some point, even if they try really hard to not get another one, they can't deny that whole time that they don't see something that makes them want to get it, like whatever it is. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm totally addicted yet, but I think if I just had the funds and the time to just go and have whatever I wanted whenever I wanted, I mean, that would be great if we could all do that. That'd just be amazing. We'd all just have a great time. But yeah, if I was able to actually just go out and get what I want more of, I have loads of things that I want I'm just not able to do. Some things I've had to put off for years because I've just not been able to do them. Some of them because I haven't designed them, and that's why they've not got anywhere. But yeah, I probably would be a lot more covered than I am now if I really could have, if I've not had to put money in other places and do other things, or been with people at the time that, because I used to be in quite a controlling relationship, so I got stopped from doing quite a lot. So like 13 years of my life I was in like a controlled, we'll put it like this, I was in a controlled upbringing, and then I was in a controlled romantic relationship for 13 years following the upbringing. So I had a lot of things I always wanted to do and be like, and all that kind of stuff, and I had to hold back for a long time, and it's only since then I've been able to start doing things. So I feel like I'm very behind in how I want to be, what I want to look like, what I want to do, and I'm just trying to catch myself up, but not able to, because like I don't have the funds or the time or the abilities to be able to do stuff, so if I hadn't had certain experiences in my life, I probably would have, that held me back, I probably would have been a lot further in what I want to do and be more covered. I definitely have a lot more tattoos. I've only recently started fully colouring my hair instead of doing bits, because getting the confidence to do it. And yeah, I just think definitely, I wouldn't say I'm addicted, but I can't say I'm not as well. But I definitely know that I would be a lot more addicted if I was able to do the things when I wanted to do them originally. My mum had one in 2004 and a second in 2018. Oh, Oh, it's okay. I used to be really embarrassed about it. I didn't want to talk about it. I mean, I might do a live stream one time and just have a general chat, because it's like mental health is important as well, and still not there fully. Obviously, it'll take a long time, but yeah, even pursuing the career that I'm trying to get into, is something I've wanted to do for many, many years, and partly why I didn't go for it was because of this relationship that I was in at the time, and I was held back physically, mentally, emotionally, just yeah. One of the hardest things I've had to do was to, after multiple attempts of trying to end that relationship, I finally got the confidence to do it to the point where they actually took it seriously, and I managed to actually kick them out, and it completely destroyed me. But at the same time, after a year or so, I managed to actually, after having a breakdown in that time as well, I managed to get back to a point where I started to rebuild my life, and I've moved on a lot since then. Looking back, I've grown a lot since then, but obviously there are times when you just feel like you're reverting back in a way, or you lose your confidence suddenly and you're not sure why, because it takes a long time. Like, having an upbringing is something that's going to affect you for a long time, and then having a 13-year controlling relationship straight after is something that's going to, it's going to take almost just as, hopefully not just as long, but it's going to take a long time to get out of that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't think I want to really talk too much about it. I think if I do, I don't know, I think one day, if I have quite a few people on and it's something that affects a lot of people, I think I may do a stream one day where it's purely based on kind of things like that, and mental health and that, where we've got a few people joining in, and talking about experiences, helping each other out. I think that would be really good for everyone involved. And what I'd probably want to do at the time is I'd probably want to do some kind of charity thing as well. So I'll probably do some kind of art piece, work on it whilst chatting to people, but also I'd probably do it where I'm actually on the stream rather than here, where I know I'm supposed to be drawing at the moment, but yeah, I end up talking. But I'll probably do one where I'm the camera's actually facing me, or I might even have both angles covered at the same time, hopefully by then, and be able to, I'd like to do something where maybe people can donate to a charity, or I can auction off an art piece or something like that, and I can raise some money for something where it helps people, but also people helping each other in the chat, talking and things like that. Just do one where it's over a couple hours or something, or a challenge stream, what people do, so many hours or something like that, to raise money for charity. I'd probably do that, but I'm not really at a stage at the moment where I would be comfortable on camera without getting emotional. I think is the best way to put it. Aww. See, that's the thing, and thank you as well. That's the thing. I think it's the same for quite a few people, and but people don't say anything. It's very hard for people to say anything. I mean, someone could be watching right now that's going through that, possibly, and they don't say anything, but they might listen to someone else speaking about their experience, and they might get some good information from it, and that might give them the confidence to go and get some help, or even just mention something to someone, or because people might not know around them what's happening. Because like I said, my upbringing, I was in two family environments through my childhood. The first one was abusive to my mom and to me, but in certain ways, which I'm obviously not going to talk about at the moment. And the second one, I have a younger sister, so the person my mom ended up with then, they had my little sister together, and then that seemed okay at first, but then turned into like a violent sort of household, against, you know, us, like the like dad figure against us. So yeah, and then all of that, and then they obviously had a relationship after that was 13 years of what seemed okay at first, but then you don't realize till you look back as how the controlling starts, and it's sort of like mental stuff, verbal stuff, and then like towards the end was like physical. So yeah, I think definitely I would probably want to do something at some point where I could do something where, you know, more people can sort of join in and are watching, and they can help, like we can all help raise money for something, whether I auction an art piece off, whether we just do a I don't know, like donations ourselves to, you know, a certain charity or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I think at some point in the future, definitely I'll do that. But I don't feel I feel okay to talk about it, but it's difficult with how you word things, obviously, online, and then I'd want to have it more personal so that people can see me. But then at the moment, even though it was a couple of years ago now, it still affects me every now and then. So I'm not 100% sure that I wouldn't start crying on camera, pretty much. So when going through some things, so yeah, I think when I feel more comfortable that I'll be able to like remain a bit more calmer and not get upset or anything, I think then, because it would just I'd end up just cutting the stream short, and then that might not help people that are possibly watching but too scared to join in or whatever. It might not help them for it to be suddenly cut short. Yeah, I think maybe like we can both be on that stream or something. I'm sure there's a way that you can have people like call in and that, even if they're not on camera. But I don't know how to do all that at the moment. But obviously, because it's something I'm going to do in the future, I've got time to sort of research the best ways to do that, I guess. But yeah, I'm sorry that you've had to have that as well. But it just goes to show that it's probably a lot more common than people think. You know, and like mine's 13, yours is 10. It's surprising how long some of these can go on for. I mean, ours aren't even the longest ones, you know. Yeah, I bet you saw like all these people around you, and you probably thought you were just being irrational with things, or you got told that, or, you know, mind controlled for that, to think that or something. But yeah, sometimes you just, like with me, I wasn't sure whether, was it me just, you know, thinking it's that, and maybe it's not that, and it's just how I'm seeing, you know, like, I just had to describe, like, I would doubt myself and think, oh, am I just seeing it a certain way? But obviously it wasn't. It was what it was. But am I perceiving it a certain way? And, you know, I feel a bit silly, you know, mentioning it to someone, or do I really need to ask for help? Because, like, what if it's just me thinking that and it's not actually the case, and I just you know, I just see things wrong, you know, I take things the wrong way all the time, and I even got told stuff like that, you know, that you just take things the wrong way, and it turned out that wasn't the case. But yeah, I've had that. But yeah, there's a lot of ways that people do things like that to other people, unfortunately. So yeah, I think definitely it's something that people need to talk about more, even if you're not actually telling someone, oh, you know, you need to get help, you need to do this, you need to do that. Even if people are just chatting, like now, someone could be watching or listening now, and they could, you know, be connecting to that, and then they might actually take something away that's useful to them, but without actually ever joining in the chat or anything like that. You know, because people have videos on like this, they have it as background. What if something just happens to come up and they think, oh, actually, yeah, you know, that's helpful. So yeah. Yeah, it's a way of controlling, isn't it? You know, you get singled out, and there's just so many. I've learned over the years, there's just so many different ways that people do this, and it can look like, it honestly can, right? It honestly can look like they're just being loving and caring towards you, which is why people outside of the relationship, or of whatever kind it is, don't always pick up on it, or sometimes they might not pick up on it and then give you the impression that you're just taking something the wrong way, because they don't recognize what's going on because it's so well hidden. I don't know if you can hear that outside. There's some kind of drunk people going past. Is football on? Possibly. There's some kind of drunk group going around outside. Yeah, I've had that as well. I ended up for years, like, they didn't personally pick out what I had to wear, like outfits every day and all of that, but it was just little comments like about how, you know, how something looked, or how, what they would do is they wouldn't aim it directly at me. Like, one of the things they would do is they would, say if I don't know, say if I wanted to wear a crop top and some leggings or something, right? They would not point out at how I would look like that. They would point out at, I don't know, say if I'd seen a picture online of an outfit that someone was wearing, and I'm like, oh, I love that, I would love to wear that, I might get that, or whatever. They would point out about how, you know, maybe they look like, you know, dirty or disgusting, or, you know, look easy, or, you know, anything like that. They would put all those sort of thoughts and everything at that to put me off. And then that would also mean that if I dressed like that, even though I liked whatever it was, that means that would then become me. I would look disgusting, or I would look scruffy, or I would look, you know, whatever it was at the time. So then I got too worried about, oh no, I don't want to be seen like that, or I don't want, you know, my partner to think that of me. And it's just, basically, it's directly at you, but it's made to look like it's not, so that you do it to yourself. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways. I tried for years to get out of it. I got the courage a few times to sort of pack their stuff and say, like, I've had enough. And unfortunately, one of the main times when I almost did it, they were living with me and my family, and they had hidden what they were doing so well that my family ended up, not in a nasty way towards me, but they didn't realize they were doing this. They ended up sympathizing with them and made me feel bad for kicking them out, and ending a relationship when they didn't appear to have done anything wrong, and I was just being over dramatic and things, and I felt bad, and they ended up staying. And then it was years after that before I got the courage to actually do it again. And what happened was, the people at work had finally confided in, not everything, but bits to them, and they it was a company where it was like a food company, so we had a lot of, you know, deliveries with stuff in big cardboard boxes. So they sort of encouraged me to get rid of him, but to the point where I obviously had to do it myself. And one day I just started taking cardboard boxes home. They kept making a point of saving the biggest, strongest ones for me, and I just took some home. And he was at work, And then he came back, and this is after he'd been really horrible. He came back and he was trying to be nice and be like, oh, well, I'll get us a takeaway or something like that, you know. And I just said, no, I don't want it. And I was having at this point to force myself, and I was absolutely terrified that I almost didn't do it. But I couldn't. I wanted to say to him, like, I've had enough, get out. But I was that scared at the time that I ended up, like, he saw all these, like, pile of boxes that I'd brought back, and he was confused at why. And then he ended up sort of understanding after I got upset and started crying, and I was like telling him, like, I want you to leave, but I was terrified at the time as well. And luckily for me, he ended up getting the point, and he must have just given up at that point. He must have just given up, and he ended up, he was started packing his stuff, and I was really upset. I was crying and scared, and but he was packing his stuff in a way where it's like, you know, when people tidy the room but they're not really tidying it, they're just doing little bits but not really getting anywhere with it. He was doing that probably so that I would then give up. So he ended up going to his brothers that lived nearby, and he said that he was going to stay there, getting his brother and his brother's girlfriend to contact me for him to arrange when he could come and get his stuff, because he only took a few bits with him. And I ended up agreeing that he could come back at certain times when I would be there, obviously to make sure that, well, like, one, I wasn't locked out and everything, and two, that it was actually happening, and that he was going, that I could be there to sort of like supervise him packing, if that makes sense. But then he started coming, like, he came once, I think he only came once actually to start packing. He was there for a while and he wasn't really doing anything, and it just felt like he was just messing around, not packing properly, just so that he could just stay. So in the end, I actually got angry, and I got angry more at myself for just putting up with this ridiculous behavior. And that's when I finally snapped. This is way before I had my breakdown. It was months after all this happened that I ended up having a mental breakdown. But I ended up snapping, like, to myself, and I just had enough, and I just said, just take your main stuff and get out. And even though he should have packed his stuff, or I should have just thrown it outside, he had so much stuff at this point. We were in a flat, it couldn't fit it outside. So I just said to him, I'll pack your stuff for you. So I ended up packing his stuff, which I shouldn't have had to do, but it was the only way that I could make sure that he left. I let him take his main essential stuff, took his keys off him, and I just ended up packing over the next week, few days, you know, packing the stuff, and then made arrangements through his brother for him to get a van and have someone come and, like, sort of load it up and take the stuff away. And he came with this person in a van, and he kept asking me to help load the van up, and at this point I'd sort of had a few days of being on my own, and I felt a little bit better, even though I was really, really scared. So I just kind of went, no, actually no. And I stood there and I let him struggle loading everything into his van, and the guy that was helping him wasn't aware of the situation, so I explained it to him, and then he stopped helping him and made him load the van up himself. But then obviously got reminded he was being paid, so he ended up helping him again. But I just flat out refused. And one of the last things he ever did was, when he was leaving, he tried to win me over again by asking for a hug and asking if we could be friends and I can come and visit him at any time. You know, like, none of this has ever happened, which was really weird. And he kept saying he didn't understand why I was doing this to him and why I was being so horrible, and, you know, just to try and play on my emotions and make me feel awful. And I had to remind myself over and over again everything that he'd done to me, and that is why he's going now. And he never came back. I never let him come back. And that's kind of how that ended. And then he ended up moving down south to be with his family, and obviously I got all horrible comments and treatment off a lot of his family. Not all of them, not the brother that he stayed with or his missus or anything. They were actually decent to me, but don't really speak now. But they weren't horrible. It was the rest of his family they were all nasty to me, and then they cut me off. So yeah, but I don't really care now. I'm kind of glad. But obviously knowing them for so long and knowing the kids growing up and stuff and being like their auntie and that, and then being treated like that, when I tried telling them so many times and showing them what had happened and bruises and stuff, and they just didn't believe it because it was their family member, so why should they do anything? It was just me being horrible and it must be my fault, and just ridiculous. But yeah, that's basically how it ended without going into it like too much. Oh, wow. I guess that was kind of lucky. Yeah. So that was definitely a lucky escape. Even though it's bad that, obviously someone's died. But yeah, it's a lucky escape there. But yeah, it's just, I think I'll definitely do that in the future, have a proper stream. But I know, like, if I go into detail with stuff, I'll end up getting pretty upset because I'm still not over it, really. If I'm honest, it still affects me now. Even though in certain ways it doesn't affect me, every now and then, like, my confidence will just drop for no reason, or I'll start to be anxious for no reason, and, just stuff like that. And it's not fully gone yet, so, yeah. Yeah, for some reason people are self-entitled and they seem to think they can do that kind of stuff to other people. And they don't really, it's not like they don't think how it will affect the other person. They literally don't care. They just don't care. They just really don't care. And then after they've gone in whatever way that you've got rid of them or they've left or whatever, you're still stuck with that. And you have to clean up all the mess, pick up all the pieces, fix something that should never have had to be broken, and it does affect you for the rest of your life. I don't care what anyone says, it does affect you for the rest of your life. And then if you go through it multiple times, I don't think that people ever really get over it. I really don't. It changes who you are. Yeah, same. Unfortunately, I try really hard, but the insecurity is still there. And it's not the other person's fault, really, unless obviously they do something. But it's just your mind and your body trying to watch out for danger signs and protect itself because of what you've already gone through, and you just can't help it. Yeah. Yeah, all you can do really is be there for the kids. Maybe one day they'll understand, because it's different. Their relationship like that is different to how you experienced with them. So yeah, I get that. Because obviously you've shared, aside from all this like bad stuff, you've shared something with them there by having the kids. So yeah, I get that. Oh, hopefully they understand. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably the realization of, like being sad or even angry or something about two people that they would have cared about, like what's happened between them. I think I might just colour the last little bit of this in, and then I might go get to bed, because got a feeling at work tomorrow I'll end up having to have a meeting or something to try and sort my hours out. But yeah. I might get off actually. Well, luckily that's not the case, because then that would have like ruined their life as well. So you're gonna be on Friday or Monday? Because I'm probably gonna I'll probably end the stream now pretty much, and then come back on Friday. Ah, that's alright then. Yeah, I think I'll be on like I'll say like 8, but I'm hoping that I finish earlier than that. I can't actually remember what time, because they've swapped the times around now as well as the day, so yeah. Oh, you too. I definitely, like, if nothing else, definitely a bit on Monday because it's my day off. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get on for a bit on Friday after work too. But yeah, I'm glad for like your good news earlier as well. That's really cheered me up with the job and that. And I hope the tattoo goes well. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Give us an update on Friday. And I'll give you an update and you can give me an update. Oh, thanks. Oh, we both are though. Both had a lot of stuff. We'll get there though, won't we? We'll get there. Right, I'll catch up with you on Friday, and anyone else that wants to pop on as well, have a chat and everything. And then we'll like finish this, because I thought that like it'd take up a lot more space, so you guys can probably help me with some of the others. Get this finished and then move on to a new project. Now and then I do, but I'm getting better with it. I'm getting a lot better. It's this space between things like that is getting a lot longer, so yeah. I think I'm nearly there. Nearly. It's just the odd time, if something triggers it, then it'll kind of spiral, and then yeah, it'd be like days where I can't get out of it, at least. But yeah, it is normal. You just got to try and each time get through it, and then the spaces between will get longer and longer, and then hopefully it gets easier. I do sometimes, to be honest. It just depends on where I am at the time. Like if I'm in work or something and I really can't be like that and I can hold it in, then I will. But like I do end up going to the toilet quite a lot and I get upset. Yeah, I've been waiting to get onto that, but I'm still on waiting lists, so I don't have much hope for that. That's why I try and do other things. I have been on medication, coming off, so sort of seeing how that's going. Oh, well, I hope it's going well and everything. I've been waiting like most of this year just to get to see someone. I'm not getting any closer to it. So I've sort of like given up a little bit with that and just trying to do other things instead. But yeah, like I'll have a chat on Friday about some of the other things that I've been trying to do instead and what I've been working on, and we'll have a catch up in that. No, it's alright. Quattro's gonna come in a minute and just say he's tired. So yeah, I'll catch up on Friday and everything. But I'll have to go now. But yeah, it's been nice chatting. I hope everything goes well, and you let me know how it goes. You too. See you later.